Welcome to a new vlog. It is the most beautiful day here in the Cotswolds today. Perfect blue skies. The heat wave is temporarily on hold. It's just really nice, 21 degrees, and I'm starting with the weather forecast again. I can't help it. But as you saw, today started with just the loveliest walk through the fields with my boys. I picked my first courgettes of 2025. They are so behind, I think maybe because I planted the seeds a little bit late this year, but I had that in an omelette this morning with some radish, and yeah, it's just a really gorgeous day. I would normally spend a day like today just kind of tinkering around in the garden all day, but I've actually got a really lovely lunch to attend later today at a place called Calcot Manor, where I've not been before. It's not too far away from here, it's in the Cotswolds, but I've not been there before, so really excited to head over to there. And then actually tomorrow, Charlie and I are heading to Ibiza. So today I'm kind of doing all of those last minute pre-holiday, get the house ready, get the garden ready, get work stuff ready. So I've been really busy just doing all of those bits and bobs. I wish I had one more day. I need just one more day to get stuff done. There's quite a lot of things here in the greenhouse I have not had time to plant out yet. I haven't yet had the time to put my netting support on my peas. So yeah, there's just quite a lot that I would have liked to have got done, but there's always too much to do and too little time. I have got a few high street orders that have arrived with kind of last minute holiday bits. When we were in Marbella, which was a work trip, I realised that where I'm lacking are those kind of daytime outfits that you wear maybe to nip down from breakfast to the pool or throw on at lunchtime. So I placed an order for a few bits like that. If you're thinking my face looks really harsh, by the way, I had my lashes and brows, that, you know, the pre-holiday routine, I did all of that yesterday, and I always find my brows are just that little bit too dark for the first couple of days, because you're not meant to wash your eyebrows when they've been laminated for the first 24 to 48 hours. So as much as I'm so pleased with my lashes, and I love the shape and the lamination of the brows, I do find the colour a little bit dark, so that might be, if you're thinking you look a bit different, that'll be why. Anyway, I've just done a little bit more watering here in the greenhouse. I would have loved to have sown my lettuce seeds, but I'm just not going to have time to do that, unfortunately. I've had to prioritise my tasks, and I've given everything in the raised beds a bit of a feed. Don't worry, I did do that in my gym kit before getting changed into my outfit of the day, but I'm actually now wondering if this might be too warm, because it is already a lot warmer than the forecast said today. I've got on my knitted little Ralph Lauren kind of t-shirt, which I love. Outfit of the day in a greenhouse. And then this skirt, let me just move these. Oh, I bought these in the garden centre yesterday. You might have seen in the last vlog. They are called 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 𝙒𝙗𝙗. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Had my nails done yesterday too. But what sold it to me was that it said that these are really good for cut flowers. So I thought, yes, That is absolutely perfect. But yeah, cute little skirt. It's got this lovely scalloped detail in a few different colours, which I thought was really fun. And then I'm wearing my gardening clogs, so it gets less glamorous as you go down. This is the net that I'm going to see if I can throw over my peas, but I've realised I've run out of tent pegs, so I might just have to like throw some logs. Let's just do that now. So this is where my pea seedlings are. I really fear that there might be a spider living in here. And the aim is just to stop pigeons and or butterflies from getting to them. Let's see. Well, Fort Knox it is not. Turns out I had 4 small bits of netting and not 1 big bit. So I've tried to cover it. It's the black netting, which luckily is quite invisible. Yeah, I've tried to cover it as much as possible and put some big sticks down at the bottom. Any pigeon worth their, I don't know, that has any scrap of intelligence will be able to get to my peas. But hopefully it's a tiny bit of a deterrent. And I think my white skirt just about got away with it. It'll be interesting to see how these plants are doing when we get back from our trip. We're away for a week. I can see a few more tiny little courgettes starting to sprout, and I planted out the remaining ones from the greenhouse last night. I've got a few things that I still could have planted out but ran out of time for, but hopefully when we get back the beans will be looking a lot taller. These ones might have started climbing. I popped a couple of courgettes over here and a butternut squash, so we could come back to some completely squash takeovered raised beds. I'm secretly hoping that'll be the case. I think the house looks really lovely from this angle at this time of year when the herbaceous border is going a little bit wild. Also, to prepare ahead of our holiday, I did a lot of chopping yesterday. Lots of the salvia, I've cut them right back so that the blooms are all gone now. But in a couple of weeks, we'll have another fresh flush of them. I also chopped the geraniums back a little bit because where they've got so big, they were starting to actually kill the lawn. So at least the lawn will get a little bit of sunshine while we're away, and haven't had time to cut this one back, but might see if Charlie will do that this afternoon while I'm at my lovely event. It's still that nice time of day where it's fairly cool in the house and the sun hasn't hit these rooms yet, so this is definitely the best place for me to do a little bit of outfit trying on. I didn't show you before my jewellery of the day. I have done a really beautiful bracelet stack. Lots of my favourites here from Monica Vinader, and then I've gone for a little heart theme when it comes to my necklace and earrings. I did think quite strategically about these ones because I want something that's going to be comfortable on an aeroplane, that's not going to dig in, and these have got cute little dangling hearts as well. I do have a few new little bits here from Monica Vinader which are going to come with me on our holiday, and as I'm showing you all of these I will leave them linked down below, and Josie 𝑚V20 is a discount code that you can use across the website for 20% off, which is so generous of them. My ring is also a favourite from Monica Vinader with a beautiful organic kind of gold and the pearl in the middle. I will just give you a little sneak peek because you will see me styling all of these on our Ibiza trip as well. But Monica Vinader is a brand that I have loved for so many years. I saved up my pennies when I was working in retail to treat myself to their beautiful rings when I was still at university. It's always been a brand that I've loved to invest in, and their styles are just so timeless. I still have my very first Monica Vinader pieces, and everything that I've ever bought from them really just stands the test of time. Some of their new collections are perfect if you're looking to treat yourself to something a little bit special for a holiday, and I thought this collection in particular was so perfect for Ibiza. I love the green malachite stones in there. You've also got the turquoise mixed in with the gold, and it is their classic Fiji style friendship bracelet. It's almost like the kind of thing that you would find in a market in a Spanish town, but just a really elevated luxury version, and I just love that look. I did want to build up a little bit more of a cluster of rings as well. So this one is a really beautiful stacking piece. I'll leave the official names of all these pieces linked down below as well. But this one, just perfect for stacking, really, really simple, just with the gold ridges. And then I'm actually not going to pop these in now. I'm going to keep in the little hearts that I've got to travel in, but these little hoops, I just thought the detail on them, they're almost like a textured, it's kind of like a natural shape to the way that the gold is formed on the hoops. If you are a big fan of a classic gold hoop but want something with a little bit of a twist to it, then this is just a really beautiful way of elevating and switching up a hoop style. Now, I would say when I'm home here in the UK, I tend to keep it quite simple with my necklaces. I will wear a grand total of one most of the time, but on holiday, I love necklace layering, and I think these ones with the little gold discs are just the perfect layering pieces. So I'm going to add this one on now, getting into the holiday spirit early. And Monica Vinader pieces are such beautiful quality that you don't need to worry about them tarnishing. A lot of the pieces are made from recycled silver, gold vermeil. So even with little dips into the water, sun cream, etc., I find that the quality is just perfect and it doesn't tarnish. And here's one more that I'm going to add to my bracelet cluster. I think if you've got any festivals coming up this summer as well, this is a really great look for that. But with a little bit of a tanned glow and holiday outfits worn with bikinis, I just think these bracelets are perfect for the summer months. A little bit different to Monica Vinader's usual classic style as well, like these bracelets that I always wear, my signature bangle, they are a little bit more, I would say, kind of elegant and classic, whereas these feel a little bit more fun, a little bit more kind of trend-led, but perfect for holidays. Really lovely gift ideas. Got so many other pieces from my existing collection and a few other new bits that I'm going to share with you throughout the vlog and also on our trip. But before I run out of time, I want to just have a little try on of some of the pieces that I've ordered, just to see if there's any last minute bits to throw into my suitcase. Okay, this first dress is an instant winner. I definitely tried on my favourite one first. I think I'm going to be wearing this for the rest of the day. It is absolutely beautiful. I love anything broderie, anything with a little bit of scallop detail on the neckline, and I absolutely love these little straps. They've actually got little pearl details hanging on the bottom of the straps, which I think is such a nice design detail that you don't often get with retailers as affordable as H&M. And the length is so elegant, it's just an absolute classic. Okay, this one I'm not such a huge fan of. I thought it'd be a really nice little dress to wear to run for lunches and to wear to the beach, but there's something just a little bit strange about the neckline. I feel like the straps are just a bit too thick, and I think I'd probably be a little bit conscious of the tan lines that I'd get with this. The material also reminds me a little bit of my Amazon dresses, which are lovely but really affordable and not quite the vibe I was going for. I also think the material could be a little bit thick for warm holiday destinations. So one yes and one no. As soon as I saw this on the website, I thought that is the perfect summer dress, especially maybe for slightly smarter lunches or even workwear, because you're a little bit more covered with the fabric on the shoulders. There's really lovely cutout detail on the sleeves. I think gives it such a beautiful feminine touch. And then you've got that very subtle scallop detail down at the bottom. It feels like the kind of dress if you've got a city break, Barcelona, Madrid, Paris, it's perfect for those kinds of trips away. And this really nice little matching belt, or you could definitely elevate it with a little leather belt, but just another really classic, beautiful white summer dress. I just thought I would show you a few of the little accessories that I ordered as well. So these flip-flops I thought were really perfect for dashing down to the pool, heading to breakfast, things like that. And you can't really go wrong with raffia and tan leather. Really, really classic and such a good price. I always feel like, especially if you're wearing shoes down to the beach, they can get quite scuffed up, which is such a shame. So I think expensive sandals are ones to keep for special, but these ones so affordable, and I think they'll just look lovely and relaxed with so many beach outfits. I also added this to my basket. I thought this would be really handy when you're sat on the aeroplane waiting to take off and it's a little bit toasty. If you're at lunch, you just want something a little bit glamorous and fabulous. Also, not just for holiday, I'm going to take this with me today because it's getting seriously toasty already and I love the green and cream colour combo. And then the third little accessory, I think it was Laura Burns talking about hair clips like this. I love pinning my hair up, but clips like this, especially in the car, it can be quite painful on your head, which sounds so silly. But I thought the flat back of this one would just make it a lot more comfortable. And then you really just can't go wrong with a strapless bandeau dress. This is just going to be perfect for all the occasions that I've mentioned, breakfast, lunches, hopping on to go down to the pool. It's also really elasticated, so when you're just a little bit hot on holiday, you don't want too much fabric too close to your skin, I think this is going to be perfect. I don't think we've got pockets, which is fine because I've never really used them. And just this really pretty broderie detail down here at the bottom, which I think is a lovely design detail. This is probably going to be that kind of heatwave dress that I just grab time and time again. The kind of material that doesn't really need ironing either. It suits being that little bit creased looking. So I feel like this one is a holiday essential and yeah, just incredibly comfortable to wear. Really beautiful way of showing off the two necklaces as well. I'm going to take a few different options with me so I can switch over the combination, but I think that looks really pretty. So those bits are all H&M. I will leave them all linked down below. And I also placed an Abercrombie order, so I'll show you those bits too. Okay, first up from Abercrombie is this bandeau dress. I just love a strapless neckline and I love the fact that it's straight across as well. It is in this season's colour of the butter lemon, which I think is so pretty. This could almost be a bridesmaid dress, but I just love the silhouette. I think the midi length is so elegant with a little pair of tan leather sandals. I think this is the perfect summer outfit, and the colour I think is super flattering when you've got that little bit of a holiday glow. Okay, can you tell I just am obsessed with this neckline. I feel like if you work really hard with your bikinis to not get any tan lines, then it's just so nice on holiday to have a glowing open décolleté area. This is fairly similar in the silhouette, but you've got this beautiful floral pattern down on the lower half of the dress. I'm now wondering whether I wear this today for the lunch. I'm not sure how smart the occasion is, but it's just such a beautiful dress. I ordered an extra small in these pieces and they all fit like an absolute glove, but that might be something to do with the fact that they've got this smock section at the back, which just almost acts like an elasticated area of fabric, so the dresses just fit absolutely perfectly. And this one has got pockets. Okay, I thought I would love the silhouette of this one, but I feel like it's not hugely flattering on my chest area. I think the pattern on the dress is absolutely beautiful. I love the green and the floral print. It's really loose and floaty. I actually think I prefer the bottom half to the top half. Maybe if I had a little bit more boob to fill it, I might be a little bit happier. But yeah, it's just not quite perfect, so I don't think I'm going to keep this one. Okay, I apologise that you can see my bra that Charlie managed to completely change the colour of in the wash, but I feel like this is the perfect holiday shirt. It's super lightweight, really breezy, perfect with a pair of denim shorts or over a bikini. It's also just a really nice material that, again, I don't think you're going to have to iron. It feels like it's almost meant to be a little bit creased. What I really love is this little bow detail that attaches in the middle instead of buttons. I think that just adds a really nice kind of chilled holiday vibe to the piece. And yeah, the material, the lightweightness, it's just the perfect thing to throw in your beach bag. Okay, I just absolutely love tops like this. I love anything strapless, anything bandeau, and this is kind of like a crochet material, not very elastic, so a little bit of a mission to get this on over your head, but once it's on, I think it's perfect for days out in the garden in the UK summer as well. Trying to garden over the last week has been crazy in the temperatures, but I really like how this fits, and it's got that little kind of sticky strip at the top, so hopefully it's not going to slide down anywhere. And then finally from Abercrombie, this is exactly what I was after for this order, just really easy to throw on beach dresses. You've got this really beautiful kind of pleated detail on the bodice. It's not too fitted. It's a really nice lightweight material and elegant length. This is a summer holiday absolute essential, not too expensive. Again, you've got the smock detail at the back, little thin straps, and I think that with the pleat detail it just looks a little bit more kind of elevated and elegant as well. So those are the new pieces. I'm gonna definitely take the bandeau yellow dress and bandeau H&M white dress with me to Ibiza, as well as this little number, but I'm gonna keep this one on today. It feels perfect for the lunch that we've got over at Calcot Manor. So I've got a couple of little bits and bobs I want to show you downstairs before we hit the road. I'm also going to take this with me because if we're sitting outside then it could get a little bit toasty. All of those bits I will leave linked down below, and if my eye contact was a little bit off during that, it's because I was trying to film on my phone at the same time. I don't normally like to double screen, but timings this morning, so I hope that wasn't terribly weird. Okay, so something that I would like to do, just because we're going to be away for a week, is to dry out some of my herbs, and I did a little practice with a few last week and they came out really, really well. So what I did was I chopped a few bits of lemon balm and then put them between 2 bits of kitchen towel, and then just put a couple of heavy books on top and left them in the dining room, and the result is perfectly dried out lemon balm, which is perfect because at this time of year we have got so much. I'm drinking cups of lemon balm tea every single day, can't get through enough of it, but in winter when it dies back I want to have some that I can have in tea throughout the year. So when I've done this a few more times, I'll cut a load more now, and then I can just keep the leaves in a little pot and they'll keep me going throughout winter. And it's a really easy, free, doesn't require an oven, just a couple of tea towels and some books and a little bit of time. So I feel like this is a really good way of herb drying that I'm going to do a little bit more of in future. So I'm going to pop these in a little jar. And then the other thing that I wanted to quickly show you, I had a little delivery from Dior Perfumes, and I think this is a hair perfume, which for me at the moment using heatless curls is such a nice idea because I always feel like it's just nice to be able to freshen up my hair with a little hair mist. So these are the Miss Dior fragrances. This one I seem to remember really liking in the past. It's called Blooming Bouquet. We've also got the Classic Parfum and Eau de Parfum. And I don't know about you, but I feel like my hair holds fragrance quite a lot. If I'm ever by a fire, for example, then I can often smell it in my hair for ages afterwards. Oh, that is just so cute. Look at that little teeny weeny bottle. Oh my gosh, that smells heavenly. And such a great little travel size. I'm gonna pop that in my handbag for today. Hello again, my darlings. It's an hour or so later. We have driven pretty much halfway down the Cotswolds from the very north to the middle, near 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. I've come to Calcot. Now, I'm not sure the name. Is it Calcot Spa? Calcot House? Today, I have been very kindly invited for a lunch event hosted by Jeannie, who is the founder, creator of one of my absolute favourite rosé brands, 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. I adore 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 rosé, and they have got the most beautiful vineyard in the south of France, near-ish to Saint-Tropez, and the way that they grow the grapes, they're very much leaning into more regenerative farming and rewilding their farm, which I think is just really commendable, and I can't wait to catch up with Jeannie. She's actually released a book as well with recipes and little snippets from life in the south of France, and I think it's a really lovely group of local ladies, so cannot wait to go and see who's here, meet the gang, and have a lovely Provence style lunch. And also I can't wait to explore because we're in such a lovely place and I can't believe I've never been here before. I've heard so many people raving about it, so let's head inside. definitely see why Jeannie chose this place. The most beautiful building, and we've got a huge border of lavender. I'm sure she feels very at home, very south of France vibes here. Well, this is the perfect way to spend the afternoon. We have head out for a little nature walk. The girlies are all getting a few photos down there. Oops, I don't want to be photobombing in the background, but we're coming for a little stroll through the beautiful kind of rewilded area, which is perfect after our lunch. As I think I mentioned earlier, Jeannie and her husband have been rewilding the land around the vineyards, and this means that they don't need to use so many pesticides. It helps with pollinators coming to the area and also just makes it look more beautiful, and that is also what they're doing here at Calcot. So they're working with local conservation groups, and at certain times of year they have these very fluffy little cows coming and living here, which is very sweet. There's this rewilding project in the strawberry field. Love that. So just taking myself on a little wander, they've got a full kind of membership here at Calcot. This is a gym. I've just seen the most amazing room, which is where they do Pilates and yoga. So this is the grain store, which I think is the workspace and fitness space. Let's take a look. You have to have a membership card, so I can't go in there, but I'll take you back around through here. They've got the most beautiful climbing hydrangea going up this wall. The gardens here are so nicely kept. This lovely outside area, I just read a little sign inside, and apparently they're turning it into an outdoor wellness space with saunas and a cold plunge. Looks like they do little dinners out here as well. Such a lovely place. Hello again, my darlings. I have to be honest with you, I think this is the first time I've spoken to the camera today, and I've not been feeling incredibly anxious and rushed, and I apologise for that, because I watched a video all about the psychology of like how your audience feels when they watch a video, and this video is saying that if you're stressed, if you're breathless, if you're not calm, then that energy really comes across in your videos. So I do apologise if you very much got that energy. I just was on such a time crunch this morning, and then my journey to get to lovely Calcot was not the smoothest. There's just loads of roadworks and flat tyres and things like that. So we got there eventually, and it was the loveliest day. Just such a nice group of local ladies, and Jeannie, of course, who is the founder of 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, and it was so lovely to catch up with her, what she's doing. She was saying that actually they're one of the last independent run rosé brands, I guess in the world technically, because south of France is obviously the place for rosé, and it's just so amazing to think that they have this incredible business and it's still Jeannie and her husband at the top of it. They've not been bought out by any giant company or anything like that, so she's doing amazing things. And we were there to celebrate the launch of her book, so At Home in Provence. I was having a flick through this in the car back here. I'm at Charlie's mum and dad's house now, and oops daisy, this is just the most gorgeous wholesome book. So many lovely recipes in here. I saw one earlier, it's like a pea mint, and here we go, pea, cucumber and mint chilled soup. I've been really getting into gazpacho lately, so I feel like this will just be an absolute dream. Look at these courgettes. What an unusual variety. And Jeannie was saying how the way of life in the area of France that she lives in, and in France in general, is just so different to here. Most people, they don't go to supermarkets, they go to their local market, which is on at least once a week in pretty much all towns. And the support for local produce and local agriculture is just so different out there. I love this. If you've ever been on holiday to France, you'll have seen pétanque being played. So there's a little section on the rules of that. So it's not just recipes, it's all about that kind of Provence lifestyle, how to put together, honey glazed leeks with a savoury crumble. Oh my goodness me. When Charlie and I went to the Newt at, was it Christmas? It was in Vlogmas, and we had a leek dish, and it was one of the most delicious things I have ever tasted. Orange flour and almond biscuits. It's just the most beautiful book. A little section on the Riviera life. So really, really happy for Jeannie. I don't know where she found the time to put this together, but she's done a beautiful job. So I'll leave this linked down below. So because I came straight from Tetbury, Charlie and I are arriving separately, so he's still en route. So I might go for a little walk in the park, or I might just sit here and do some work. But yeah, I just wanted to apologise if I seemed very stressed and breathless at the beginning of the vlog. I couldn't really hide the time crunch that I was under, and yet there were still so many things I wanted to show you, and I had to try on all of those bits to know what I wanted to pack with me. So there we go. I'm also about to show Charlie's mum and Scarlett, Charlie's sister, the new Valentino bag. I've still got it in its dust bag with the labels on because it is a big decision as to whether I'm going to keep it or not. I'll show you guys again. I did show you in the last vlog, but just in case you missed it, it really is so gorgeous, but it is such a premium price tag. I think I just need a few more people to say to me, yes, Josie, that really is quite special. It really is so lovely. The embroidery, the fact that it's raffia, the leather handle, I think it's so gorgeous, and it would just go with so many outfits. So I think my heart is set on it. I just need a few more nods of approval. I also realise that I have even more beautiful Monica Vinader bits here. So seeing as I've got a little bit of time now, I thought we could have a little look through these together, because I really do think that if you are going on holiday, or if you're looking for some classics, pieces that you just want to wear all the time, or if you're looking for a special gift for someone, you just cannot go wrong with Monica Vinader pieces. And as I said earlier, the bits that I wear them all the time. I sleep in them, I bathe in them, I shower in them, and the quality is just so good that you don't need to worry about what you're wearing. And they're all such lovely timeless pieces. So, the extras. As I mentioned, I'm trying to build up a little bit more of a cluster of rings, and if you are looking to do the same, then it's nice to have some really kind of versatile rings. This is like a slightly thicker ring in a hammered metal. And I thought that stacking up, yes, that is so perfect. I like to stack up on my ring finger on my right hand, and then wear something a little bit more statement in the middle. So I've got my lovely pearly one in the middle there. As I was leaving the house, I think they are in here. I literally have 4 straw bags with me, because I was in such a rush leaving, I couldn't decide which one I wanted to take on holiday with me. So I just grabbed 4 straw bags. In this one, I have actually got my... Here we go, I found them eventually. These are probably my most worn ever Monica Vinader bracelets, and I thought it was a little bit too much for today, but I just bought them because I knew that I'd want to take them to Ibiza with me. So this one here is like a giant kind of square chain. Just pop it on there to show you. So I thought it would be really lovely to get a ring, can you see this one at the top here, that matches that bracelet, seeing as that bracelet is one of my most worn pieces. And then these two, I've got the plain top and the diamond pave top. These are the Monica Vinader signature bangles, and they're one of the icons of the permanent collection, and I just think they look so elegant. So I grabbed them on my way out because I know I want to wear them when we are on holiday. And last but not least, a little switch around in case the middle one is just a little bit too big for like a day on the beach or something. I want something a little bit more chilled. I love jewellery with pearls in. I've always been a huge pearl lover. So this one, again, it's a slightly hammered kind of metal, a little bit more mattified, with that little pearl in the middle, and I think that that just looks so gorgeous. If you're looking to build up a beautiful ring cluster for holidays, but also versatile enough to look fabulous at home as well, I think that is such a nice cluster. In fact, that might be my favourite cluster I think I've ever done. Beautiful. So as I said, I'll leave all of these bits linked down below, and Josie 𝑚V20 is the code that you'll need to get a lovely discount. Thank you, Monica Vinader. Now, I just have to show you this incredible bag charm. One of our Strawtop Cottage guests left this as a little gift, and it is the cutest thing ever. It is a sausage dog bag charm. I just think it's absolutely adorable. It's got these little ropes as well, which just gives it that very kind of on-trend, slightly kind of OTT keychain look. That is the cutest thing ever. We have the most thoughtful guests. If you guys stay at Strawtop, you really do not have to bring us gifts. That is absolutely not expected at all. But this is absolutely adorable. So Terry Thank you. You are an absolute sweetheart. That is so thoughtful. Anyway, I'm gonna go and chat with Charlie's mum and dad, so I'll catch up with you a little bit later.
G&P, the new P&G.
I can't reach you all, but there we are. That's fine.
Cheers. Oh, that's so cute. Do people get engaged there?
Yeah,
Are these your friends?
these are my friends.
That's so fabulous.
Work.
It sounds like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I love Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh, that is awesome. I
She's
want that.
22.
So cool. Look at that sunset as well. How
And the
lucky are
moon.
you? Good morning, my darlings. I have not even looked in the mirror yet this morning, so goodness knows what my reflection is like. But it's Friday morning. Whenever we stay at Charlie's mum and dad's house, I just love to come out into the park. They live in the most beautiful place right on the very edge of Windsor Great Park, which is a huge park owned by the Crown Estate. This little driveway here goes to the church where the Queen used to go for her Sunday service. Which way shall I go? Royal School, Cumberland Lodge, or the Long Walk? I'm going to do the Long Walk. And through those gates, I can't remember the name of the house, but I think Prince Andrew lives there. Although I think that property has been earmarked for William and Catherine and the little ones. So maybe that's where they'll be moving in. It's about 7:15 and Charlie was only just getting up. I've been up for an hour already editing a video, the one that you'll have seen last Sunday. And so I thought, just because we're going to be on a flight and then in a car for a lot of the day today, I always like to get out, go for a walk, get into nature, and it's such a beautiful walk. I'm actually not sure if I'm going to be allowed to get in here. It's looking a bit closed. So we are entering, if I can get through, the deer park, and as you might be able to guess from the name, in winter especially, it's so amazing coming here because... Is it going to open? Ooh. Oh, I can just walk through here. Perfect. Yeah, it's such a beautiful park and lots of deer reside in here. It'd be so gorgeous living here. You could just come for your walk or your run or come and have a little cycle. I don't think cycles are allowed on this bit, and they're definitely not allowed on the Long Walk, which goes all the way down to Windsor Castle. But it's just such a beautiful historic park. There's some beautiful gardens in here as well. They're just very, very lucky to have this on their doorstep. So I like to make the most of it. You can see there's little tracks there where people ride their horses. I think if I lived here, I would have been tempted to be a rider. Because imagine on a morning like this, there's no one else around. You trot over to the stable, saddle up your horse, and come for a gallop in the royal family's park. How fabulous. Oh, excuse my out of breathness. I just randomly decided I would try running. Even though I've got my bag with me, so I'm a bit out of breath now. But I really want to make it to the Copper Horse and back. And we have to leave just after 8 to get to the airport. But I'm going to show you this view. So this is the Long Walk behind the trees. I'll show it to you properly in a second. And here, there's a herd of deer relaxing in the morning shade. You can hear the cicadas. It literally sounds like we're abroad. This here is the Copper Horse statue, very famous, but sadly the guy that made it committed suicide afterwards because he forgot to add the stirrups. Here it is, the Long Walk. You might remember this from royal weddings. Meghan and Harry had their carriage go up and down here. My friend Sophie and I were in the crowds because she lives also walking distance from here. There we go. Oh, and that is Windsor Castle. So beautiful. It's already really toasty, of course. Of course we're going away and it's another beautiful week here in the UK, but I don't mind because we're going to have beautiful weather in Ibiza. Right. Let's see if I can bring myself to jog back. I am not a runner. so this is quite exhausting. If any of you guys are runners, or you've got any tips on getting into running, please share them with me, because I love this like early morning exploring. I love getting out when it feels like there's no one else around. And there's a few people running over there. But also when you go to a new place, running is a really nice way to get your bearings and explore and just see what's around you. Like when we'd been in Marbella, I would have run along that promenade, but I get shin splints really badly, which is when you literally feel like your shins are splintering. It's horrible, and I've always suffered from that. So any tips, please let me know. Anyway, I'm talking to you as an excuse not to run because this bit's uphill, but I'm gonna give it a go. Again, excuse my out of breathness. I just ran for about 5 minutes. I'm waiting to see if you guys can see what I'm seeing right now. This is amazing. Can you see it? So majestic. There's two of them. Oh my gosh. Wow. Just having my breakfast. Oh my goodness me, you're so beautiful. You are so beautiful. Wow. What you munching on, buddy? Just for perspective, I am literally meters away from him. And he's so not bothered. I'm not bothering you. You're not bothering me. I'll leave you to enjoy your breakfast, sir. And your pal over here, who's enjoying the morning sunshine. Okay, I'm gonna try running all the way back to the entrance of the park. I'm actually quite surprised how much I've been able to do, despite the shin splints. Okay, wish me luck. Final stretch. Tell you what, there is something so humbling about running when you think you're quite a fit person and then you try and run and you realise you can't. Oh my goodness, I feel quite unfit, but that was a great start to the day. Oh, such lovely bird song. I just wanted to quickly show you some of the gardens where Charlie's mum and dad live. I think this is a hydrangea bush, but really beautiful petals. How pretty is that? I bet this would dry out really beautifully as well. Oh my gosh, so many little areas to discover. This looks like a giant ox-eye daisy. Beautiful. Quick little look in Dior before we get on the plane. They always have such nice bits in the holidays store. That is very me. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Dior coffee cup and water bottle. That is rather fabulous. Prada. I've got a million raffia things. Just said to Charlie, I love that all the brands are doing so much raffia at the moment. Look at that cute little bag. That is adorable. Okay, let's see what we can get for breakfast in the BA lounge. Got some nice fruits, full English, sausages, some pastries over there. My very nutritious breakfast. Picking up our rental car, and Charlie's got a convertible. Love that. I always say if we could have a dream car in the UK, I would definitely get a convertible, especially now that our summers are getting so toasty. Nice tan interior. Now I've got to figure out how to change the sat-nav from Spanish to English. Well, we have made it to our favourite hotel in Ibiza. So happy that we are here for a week. Charlie has chosen the best room. It's technically not the best room, it's actually one of the cheaper rooms here at the hotel, but we already have decided that we love it.
Well, we've always said, so we stayed in some bigger suites before. This is still technically a suite because every room here is a suite because they're all boutique rooms.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think there's probably 3 or 4 of this category.
Right.
But they're always fully booked.
Oh.
Like a year ahead of time. Like people book them a year ahead of time.
We should do that for next year.
So we've never been able to book them. So, I mean, it is honestly about a third cheaper than the room we often stay in. But when we've been before, we've been for 3 or 4 nights. We have come here for a week before, but last year we came for 3 nights for 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 in September.
Is that when we stayed at 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 𝙒𝙢?
Yeah, and we've stayed in 𝑡urquesa before when we came for a week just ourselves.
Did we?
Yeah, a year before. And we came here obviously with Lydia and Ali that time. But
that was actually a nice room, wasn't it?
yeah, that was a different room.
But I prefer this one.
We've stayed here, this is our 4th time staying here, but we've been here maybe 5 or 6 other times.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, this room we can often see from breakfast. And I've often said, oh, how sweet does that room look? And I've often joked, I said, that's all I want in Ibiza, like, I want to buy a house that size.
Yeah.
Which is basically like what you see
Because
now.
you've got this lovely little lounge area with a fireplace that we will not be lighting.
No, but how
My
much
goodness.
would this be perfect? Can we just have this to start
Yeah,
with?
just stick a little kitchenette in there. This is I love that there's a full-length outfit mirror. I popped my very affordable little dress on again and had so many comments on this walking through the airport. People couldn't believe when I said where it was from. So that's been my travel outfit of the day. So yeah, this is our little entrance area. I love the old door furniture, so beautiful. We've got this little table, we've got this nice quiet little seating area, which is lovely. Fire tools. And then lots of little windows. Is that glass? Yeah, it is. Keep the room nice and cool if we keep those shut. And then our bed, nice king-size bed. I love all these little windows, that's so sweet. Chest of drawers, wardrobes over there, and such a lovely bathroom. I love a big, bright bathroom. This one's got a ceiling light, which is why it's so bright. Oh, that's rather lovely. That's really nice. Big shower area, and then look at this. Got an outside bathtub. It's amazing. So amazing. So it's safe to say we are thrilled to be here, and we're going to do a quick unpack and then I think an hour or so, just a little afternoon snooze by the pool. Spent the last couple of hours down by the pool. I'm in full sunbathing mode, which is cap on, strapless bikini on, white shirt for getting there and back. And it's just so nice to be back at our favourite hotel in Ibiza. We are gonna head out for a nice early dinner tonight. Actually, not really heading out. We've got dinner at our hotel, which is lovely. We're a bit nervous because there is currently a party being set up, literally just there, and it looks like it's going to be for a child's birthday, but they're still setting it up and it's 7 p.m. so I guess being in Spain the party probably starts at 8, but luckily our room is quite soundproof, so hopefully us getting into bed at 10:30 won't be disrupted by the party. But I'm actually going to end this vlog here. I didn't really intend on vlogging in Ibiza in this vlog, so you'll have to stay tuned for the next vlog or 2, which will be our travel vlogs, our holiday vlogs. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.